Halito, se hochefo Jason Campbell, Choctaw Nation Featured Program at Oxalili. My name is Jason Campbell. I work for the Choctaw Star Program, as you know, and Chief Batten, Assistant Chief Austin, Teresa Jackson, and Stacy Shepard. It is an honor to be here with you today and have this opportunity to get to speak with you about something I'm very passionate about. As you're aware, you and I, we were all very blessed to have the opportunity to have a college education. And so I know that all of you guys are highly educated, and with that comes an appreciation for education. So, but have you ever considered how different our lives might be if we had not had a college education? I sometimes think about how my path may have been different if I wouldn't have had the opportunity. I know that I wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the great things that I've been able to do at the Choctaw Nation if it had not been for my education. So I'm sure you feel the same way. I want to use this time I have with you today to talk about a few of the accomplishments the STAR program has had over the last decade. And I'd also like to propose a few enhancements to the program as well. Over the years, I've heard numerous stories from parents and students about the positive influence the program has had. I'm sure you have as well. It's been very inspiring, and it provides a lot of good feedback for us to know that we're doing the right thing. That positive feedback is one of the reasons why I'd like to propose a few enhancements to the program. That's been one of the driving factors to expand the program. As you know, tribal nations have endured hundreds of years of trauma as well. That's another reason why I would like to expand the program and try to make it more encompassing to larger numbers of students. It'd be great if we could potentially reverse some of the effects of the trauma that Native Americans have endured. Of course, the mission of the STAR program is to provide incentives for our students that qualify for the program. It's an incentive to promote academic achievement, goal setting, and academic success. Currently, we have about 20,000 enrolled students. Those students are scattered out over 48 states, as well as several foreign countries. So that's something when we started 10 years ago, we never would have dreamed that we'd have grown this much in such a short amount of time. In 2007, we were only in the 10.5 county service area. The very next year, because of the popularity of the program, we went statewide. And by the fourth year, we went nationwide and actually global in that fourth year. Of course, that tremendous amount of growth did not happen by accident. It happened because we had great leadership with our chief and assistant chief and tribal council. So we've always appreciated that. I'm also excited to announce that we recently hit the $2 million mark in incentives paid out directly to our students. So that's $2 million that's gone to benefit them directly. But even with all of this growth, I always feel a little bit bad for the other 60% of students that never receive an incentive. I kind of have a special place for those kids, in my heart, because when I was in grade school, I would have been one of the 60%. That's not something I'm proud of, but that's just the facts. I'm extremely proud of the thousands of students that do qualify. They're the best and the brightest that we have, and they're going to go on and do great things. But I would like to take our program from only awarding about 40% of our overall student population to closer to 70%. Like I said, when I was in school, I probably wouldn't have qualified for the program because I certainly never had straight A's, and A's and B's would have been tough to make on a consistent basis. So that's why I want to propose these things today. You know, when you struggle with your grades like I did, it's something that you're already a little bit embarrassed about, especially when you have trouble with learning. So if the STAR program had been around, I'm quite certain that if I had noticed some of my other Choctaw friends receiving awards, I think that would have made me feel even worse about myself. It really would have taken I think I would have taken a hit to my confidence. But this is a harsh reality. You know, 60% of our students never receive an incentive. One of the things I would like to do is raise the dollar amount that we award for our straight A students. Got it pulled up right here. I would like to increase the amount that we pay to our straight A students from $25 to $50. Our A and B students, I would like to bump it from $10 up to $25. And then I would like to create a new incentive for our B and C students of $10. In perfect attendance, that's always been the least awarded incentive that we have. It's extremely hard every semester to earn that. And so what we would like to do is keep that at 25, but allow students to have up to 3 absences per semester. Instead of perfect attendance, it would be near perfect attendance. That's what that one would be. And then the other one there is actually an incentive that several years ago Assistant Chief Batten proposed. He said, why don't we have an incentive for our students that, you know, show a lot of effort in community service and leadership, such as our students that are involved in the Youth Advisory Board and other service organizations such as that. So for that one, it would be $25 per semester. As I previously mentioned, I had my struggles, and I've seen those same struggles in a lot of the students that we serve. And I can't help but, like I said, I can't help but feel sorry for them. One of the advantages I did have, though, is I had a good support system. I had, you know, growing up, I had my mother to support me, and then my wife. She was a good support system. And a lot of our students, especially the ones in the 60%, they don't have that support system like I did. So I just can't think of a better opportunity for us to reach out to these students that are struggling. They just need a little bit extra confidence and a little bit of incentive to do great things. I think if by doing this, it will help to reverse some of the the trauma that our natives have endured over the last several hundred years. You know, the STAR program has proven to be a gateway program. It gets the students involved with the tribe at a very young age, and then from there they go on and they get involved in higher education and career development. The encouragement they receive from STAR is inspiring and uplifting during a critical development period of their life. I hope that you guys will consider expanding the program. It will take a pretty significant financial investment that we can discuss at a later time if you guys decide that this is something that you want to look at. I appreciate your time very much. Y'all go Key.